Hey, how's it going? My name's Slade Hart. I am founder of Slade's Guitar School, and my staff and I teach our students how to play guitar by ear. Today I'm going to address yet another question, and this question, of course, is very common. I get it all the time from parents, students, etc., etc. The question is, how long should I practice? How much should I practice every day? And it's a very good question. It's extremely relevant. Let me talk a little bit about it, though, from this perspective. First of all, the amount of time you practice is much less important than what you practice. So you want to be sure that you're doing a couple of things every single day. First thing is you want to train your ear, kind of wake it up a little bit so you can hear deeper into music. You want to work on rhythm, even if just for a few minutes. And if you're a classical guitarist or student, you want to work on some sight reading or something like that. But really ear training, rhythm, and some basic technique. If you can do all three of those every single day at the very least, then you're really going to make progress and continue to make progress over time. But in terms of how much to practice every day, if you're extremely busy and you just you can barely make any time, then 5 or 10 minutes is more than enough, to be quite honest. I was reading an article, an interview actually of, I think it was on an airplane or something like that, and I take out the magazine from the seat back pocket, and there's an interview with Wynton Marsalis, the famous jazz trumpeter who lives in New York now, but is originally from New Orleans. And he was talking about practicing and how he got as good as he is today. And one thing he said was that you don't have to practice 3 hours a day. That is, it's unnecessary to do that every single day. Some days it's a good idea, and especially if you need to work through something that's especially challenging, yeah, you may need that extra time, and I wouldn't discourage you from doing that. However, he said it's just as important to make it a daily ritual to, hold your instrument. He plays a trumpet, we're guitarists, so, hold your guitar, get used to it, kind of, even if you're just with it for a few minutes, strum a few chords, maybe review some of the basic things just kind of listen to it, play it, feel it, and have kind of a connection with the instrument, because it's important to maintain that. You're going to have a relationship with your guitar the more you play, and of course you want to have as good a relationship as possible, and part of that is daily contact, daily, hey, what's up, let's sit down and get to know each other a little bit better. And you don't need a whole lot of time for that. I mean, if you can make 5 or 10 minutes per day to do that, you're going to make improvements over time. If you can come in maybe a couple times a week and practice 2 or 3 hours, then you're really going to make a lot of progress. But it's not just the practice time, it's also what you practice. And I would say that just sitting with your instrument, talking with it, let's say, for a few minutes, is more important than a lot of other things that you could do. If you can't cram all the practice stuff you want to in the time you have allotted, just chill with your instrument, play your stuff, reestablish contact, and then move on to whatever else you have to do. And again, if you're looking for what to practice, I would always do ear training, I would always do rhythm, some kind of rhythm exercise, and I would certainly work on basic fundamental technique, because those are all important factors in determining how well you're going to play your instrument. And if you can make 10 minutes a day to do that, you will notice improvements over time. So thank you very much. And I want to just add something else to this. I don't mean that you should only practice 10 minutes every day for the rest of your life. I do think you should make time, larger, hour, 2-hour blocks in your week where you actually focus and play, several hours a day. You may not be able to do that every day, but if you can do that a couple times a week, it will definitely accelerate your learning. And in the meantime, spend 5 or 10 minutes with your instrument, hold it, get used to how it feels, how it sounds, and how how your relationship works with your instrument. And if you can do that and kind of stay updated with that, then you'll be fine. That's what Wynton Marsalis did, and if it's good enough for him, I think it should be good enough for us too. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'm Slade Hart at Slade's Guitar School, and if you'd like, go ahead and check out our site and see what else we can offer you. Thanks a lot.